Hello, a Rosie math teacher coming at you from my 5th period grade 7 math class, where today we are continuing to do some review items to prepare for our FAST exam. We are working today on 6 through 10. I'm reminding the students of what they're about to do on their own, so this is just a quick reminder. It's up to you if you write things down or if you would rather just look up and listen. Number 6, what is negative 1/3 times 2.4? In a moment, if you don't write it down now, you'll write it down in a moment. You will copy this very carefully into your online calculator. Whichever answer is the closest to what you see on your calculator, you pick it. Moving on to item number 7. A proportional relationship is graphed and goes, now pay attention to this. It is a proportional relationship that is graphed. And it goes through the point 7.5, comma, I don't like how blobby my writing is. Let me fix that for you guys. 7.5, comma, 2.5. Determine the y coordinate of another point that lies on the graph of the line if the x coordinate is 12. Now, before we get into the details, I first want to address a proportional relationship. Do we remember the two criteria to create a proportional relationship on a graph? First step, it must go through P-O-O. Must go through POO. Point of origin. Remember, it has to go through the point of origin. And then what else about it? It must be a straight line. So we already know that if it is proportional, it will go through point of origin 0, 0, and it will be a straight line. Now that we know that, if we were to locate a point at 7.5, 2.5, that would mean 7.5 spaces this way, 2.5 spaces this way. Let's pretend for a moment that it was right here. Then my line would look something like this. Now what they're asking is, what if my other plotted point had an x value of what, class? 12. What would the y value be? So, for example, if instead of going across 7.5, they would have gone across 12. And then up to wherever that would be on that straight line. Now, guys, you don't have to create this on a graph, but you have to mathematically determine, how can I find another plotted point where the other plotted point is an equivalent ratio to my first plotted point? So the first step is you are taking a WIK, not again, a WIK, and you are creating a ratio out of this x and this y value. So for example, I don't care which order you put it. Just know that all of your x values are going to be in the top. Know that all of your y values are going to be in the bottom. So the x value for 7.5, 2.5 is what, class? Okay. So guys, any ordered pair, and I heard one person say it. I'm just a tiny bit sad that only one person said it, but yay, that one person. Guys, when it's an ordered pair, what value is always first? X value is always first, right? What value is always second? Y. So if I am going to put the x value in the numerator spot, what number am I writing here? 7.5. If I am putting the y value that corresponds with that x value, what number am I putting here? 2.5. So in a moment, under your what I want to find ratio, remember you're still keeping the x value in the numerator space, and you are keeping the y value in the denominator space. Yes? So what did they give you? They said determine the y coordinate of another point that lies on the same line. Remember, we already illustrated it could be here. If they give you the x value of that being 12. So where would I write that 12? Would I write it in the numerator space or the denominator space?
Numerator.
Numerator, great, because it was the value of x. And once I write it there, can you see what you would need to do to find its coordinating value? Cross what? And divide by what? Lonely number. Will it then give you this unknown y value? Yes, thank you for listening. All right, item 8. A clown is filling water balloons for a show. It takes the clown 15 minutes to fill 20 balloons. Guys, go ahead and write that down as a ratio right now. 15 minutes to fill 20 balloons. Which equation relates the total number of balloons y? So which number is my y value? 20. Excellent. Label that as your y. If they say that is your y, relate it to the time x in minutes. What number represents x in minutes?
15.
Excellent. Please write x equals 15. All you need to find is which equation will work appropriately with 15 in place of x, giving you 20 in place of y. Do you follow? So for example, if I think it might be A, I can use my calculator. I can say 3/4 times, what is the x value?
20.
We've labeled it. What is the x value?
15.
So in place of x, I'm going to write 15, right? When I multiply 3/4 times 15 on my calculator, if it equals 20 in place of the y, will I pick option A? Yes. If it does not equal 20, will I pick option A? No. Do you understand how to go through and put this value 15 in place of the x? If it works with the other numbers and gives you 20, you pick it. If it does not, you do not pick it. Go to item number 9. Which experiments have a sample space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Select all that apply. So ask yourself, if the event they describe includes the possibility of landing on a 1, or landing on a 2, or landing on a 3, or landing on a 4, or landing on a 5, or landing on a 6, or picking a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, then you choose that option. Do not pick something where it's got all the same color marbles and none of them have numbers. Would that be options of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No. So I will let you decide when you get to that item. Look at number 10 and then you guys will be set free. How many outcomes are in the sample space for spinning the spinner once? How many outcomes are in the sample space? Guys, this one is not that hard. They just want to know, for example, a 1 is here 3 times. So you would count that as 3 possible outcomes in the sample space. Okay? There are 4 of them. However, because each space counts each time, I would recommend that you just go on your screen and you start where the arrow is pointing and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, you just count all the spaces and that number is your answer. At this time, I want to see everybody get busy working online. If you finish early, guys, go back and finish homework items 1 through 40 on session 1. And also know you can go to Alex or Khan Academy to find further lessons on things you need to work on. Bye, guys.